primitive lathe built. I'm sure it's going to work okay with accuracy. It all matters. The proper nuts and bolts. Grade 8. Fine threads. All of it. Plus measurement and calibration and adjustment. Alright. What else? What else is new in the world? See, Bob Greener is working on elimination of radioactive material through HHO, oxyhydrogen gas, and tungsten burning. Interesting stuff as well. Let's see. Thought he's doing something with somebody, I believe in Switzerland. Elimination of nuclear material is quite tough. I suppose if you had antimatter, you can eliminate it into pure X-rays. The only people I know making antimatter is Los Alamos National Laboratories. Anti-proton, anti-hydrogen. Oh, okay, so my experience with it falls maybe in what Dr. Wilson of Defense Region Establishment Pacifica and his ideas on nuclear particles being picked up and put somewhere else. If I had the videos, which I don't, from Dr. Lauren A. Kuhn or Dr. Loken or Dr. Wilson, it'd be very interesting to see that comment during those experiments in 1986 with the Canadian government on orders from Deputy Prime Minister Eric Nielsen. I got some of the report, but not all of it. Anyway, also ELF radio waves tend to push away cosmic radiation, the interaction between the electrical and magnetic fields of pulse set in frequency. Okay, the Baser Project, Dr. Yeo. However, I did witness Ken Shoulder's work in Bodega, California, in the big lab there. Ken was right on target, and nobody listened to him, though. I don't know why that is. And the other person I know is Dr. Peter Kokoschnik in Hendorf and Wallersee, Austria, where I lived for on and off for a couple of years with Dr. Margarita Kokoschnik, who was able to show me ether oscillations in a shielded room, 2 round spheres like that, a certain distance, with all the test instruments. Had a cork floor, the floor did, all metal plated with an external ground to all of that outside. It's quite interesting, but nobody knows much about Peter, unfortunately, and it's very sad. Indeed. His idea was, he was a nuclear physicist, by the way, and I still have his detectors that he gave me as a gift. So on I go to what else? Apparently the Andersons, who I met in Vancouver, Canada, was working on the same thing. Monty America was called, but of course, you know, the internet and cookies and tracking cookies, all that stuff's gone off and blew off. It doesn't exist anymore on the internet. Even the Baser Project, boson coherent boson particles experiment. So, in some of the stuff I've done, background radiations kind of falls in line, perhaps, of the U.S. Navy's ELF experiments, or unknowingly creating something that helps prevent the Earth from being cooked from cosmic rays. Let's see what else. So another question. Radioactive metals. Oh yeah, radium chloride. I did use radium chloride in trying to reproduce Dr. T. Henry Moray's valve system. Did seem to work. I used a tree as an antenna for my power source, but it only created several volts. It did run some radios and small motors, but nothing too earth-shattering about it. The ones I did make was later on with barium titanate cylinders for Japan and Thomas in Germany, and they worked fine. Although I paid a lot of money to build these things for people. They're somewhere still in Hiroshima, I'm sure. Hiroshima City and Osaka and I forget, Frankfurt on Main. They were tested by the Kyoto Institute of Technology and worked for Mr. Ojiwara, who worked at Kyoto Institute of Technology. I have the papers. Also, the other ones were tested by Ian Gasta and one of George Hathaway's scientific friends who passed away. Oh God, I forget his name. I have all that stuff, and then Grant Romand with the Hollywood people. Had a lot of people working on this stuff, but it never took off because nobody was interested in funding it for a major factory production, although I did get funded to build them. And we demonstrated them and showed them to the Canadian government in Vancouver, downtown Vancouver, at R&D, Canadian R&D, research and development people, and they said, take it to the military, we don't know what to do with it, so we did. No, I'm sorry, we didn't. Richard Burr, my partner at the time, didn't really like that kind of thing, so he was chief engineer of the tar sands project in Canada. But all that's kind of gone by the wayside. I'm still selling barium titanate cylinders on eBay and metal samples. Gotta feed feed me, keep things rolling. Okay, what else? Nuclear stuff, topics, I guess. Free energy.
Oh my goodness, it's me. Hi.
So yeah, Alexa's more silly now to keep people away with business plans and other nonsensical people wasting my time with false promises. I really don't want to be bothered with such people, and I don't like people kissing my arse. Unless it's something you know what. That should shock some idiots. Kind of funny. Very funny, Barbara. Kissing my arse. That could be fun in a certain other element in dimension. Anyway, that's some of the funny stuff going on in the world, unreal world of the internet. It's which all flaky nonsense. Because real life is so much different than the internet. You can be anybody you want to be on the internet. It's like Carla conniptions, Rothschilds. Well, I do that in reality outside too. Okay, I do it in real life.
Oh my God, John! Wiggle, wiggle. Kiss my ass.
That's a funny phrase, isn't it? I'm not going to talk on the topic of the seasonal flu and cold. Just take your zinc and get lots of sunlight. Anyway, let's see. Go moving right along really fast. There's this heavy censorship going on for some unknown reason. As Fox Mulder would say, the truth is out there somewhere. Got to meet those folks. Julian Anderson's stunt actress double, Caroline Allard. And I hung out for a bit playing with barium titanate cylinders and levitation things. Got her business card to levitate in the cylinder itself. So hey, that was funny as hell. But anyway, moving right along, Major. My bar is my hot chocolate. I just love those old stuffy scientists that are plump and fat. Eagles big as a mountain. I noticed that a lot of people are bloated a lot of them are cops and other people, and they die hard, live fast, die hard. Kind of sad, really. So due to the hormones of food, improper food, carbs, bad stuff, all kinds of bad stuff. Bad, bad dog.
Bad. I'm a bad boy.
A little more light. No, let's give me shadow. Like
Gotta get rid of the bags.
I'm gonna chop these off someday. Anyway, so okay. What else is new in the world of fiction and fantasy and reality? I do like the new curator of USS New Jersey. He does a video almost every day, and I learn a lot from watching that because I'm a ship fanatic, as you may know. I'm a ship fanatic. I watch Mr. Peter Dubalcain, who's a machinist, old timer, fun guy. Stuff I watch on the internet, you know. And if I'm lucky, I might find a good electrical engineer. I did find a good channel. It was all in heavy-duty transformers and how to mount and clean bushings and that. That's one of them. Another one is Glassinger or something, vintage radios and making her own tubes. That's pretty cool stuff. What else? World War II history. In the old days, before the internet, I used books. I had all the collection of these books on all the different scientists at the time. Turn of the century type like Steinmetz and Voltaire and Ampere, Henry, and on and on. And great reading. I learned a lot from books because my dad was branch manager for the Western North America Collier's Encyclopedia, and the basement was literally a Google. He had all the books on different topics. And actually it's about the same as trying to Google search something out. It was in some ways simple. That's how I learned a lot of things. Although I never went to school, I refused to, and I flunked my colored book and blocks. Come take me for a walk.
How many minutes now? Oh my God, 14 minutes.
I wanted to do a stupid video. It's kind of stupid. I think I some cute cream shots. Screenshots that you ain't put them on the internet. I got those bags again. Posing. Well, I'll make this one video today, I guess, huh? So, back to Bob and friends there. The plasma energy from tungsten and xenon is immense. I had xenon tubes with tungsten pointers inside of them. They were used by the warships for lighting, and they were quite small, maybe like that. And those things would just glow in immense energy. I would suggest carbon arcs. They're another one too. You might get some interesting stuff. So, what else? What? Somebody else had a question. Oh yeah, I do have the tin snips that are all twisted up. I got two of them. They were jellified, curled around each other. They happened on a milk crate carton just after the McDonnell Douglas test. Oh, by the way, anybody out there that likes to upload all my videos that nobody's ever seen of all the metal samples being tormented I'm open. As long as you get rid of it for me, get it up there, along with the documents. I have 800 documents. No, sorry, 8,000. I like to get all that junk out of my hair so I can dump the videos and, you know, just get it out there because it's all hidden away and nobody knows what I did too. Oh, was it some naughty videos there, of course, too, I think. Now I have 150 cassettes that are totally full. We're speaking Super VHS and VHS tapes, vintage. Now, Lady Godiva. Anything else? I like answering some questions. Trying to remember. Oh, most successful free energy device, so-called. It was a stack of crystal wafers that were treated, frosted, and had rare earth oxides and combinations on them. I got them off the warship, as well as had them made by Goodfellows and Sirac. I had something that worked for 5 years until I broke it by accident. You might see it on the internet, but I was under sponsorship to build it, and it worked. Anything else? No, I'm not doing that stuff. No. The only time I'll do something is in the area of free energies, if I'm funded. Otherwise, I have a lot of other interests, as you know. I'll be doing some time experiments. Like Dr. Mallet, a good scientist. M-A-L-L-O-T, I believe, and his time machine. I have the gear to do it. It's just a matter of being interested and motivated to do it. I've been interested and motivated in doing this lathe down here. I like machine tools, firearms, vintage, cannons, artillery, ship, warship. So the greatest experience I had and fun was on working with the Reef Society of British Columbia, Canada. HMCS Mackenzie, HMCS Columbia, HMCS Saskatchewan, and Yukon. 5-6 years of fun and learning stuff. Wow. So, for those interested in other things, I would suggest you might find a book by Le Bond, who was once a psychiatrist long ago. He was doing transmutations of materials. And I don't know I know George Hathaway translated the book. I don't know if it was any good or not, but it was told to me with George Hathaway. Oops, gotta be very careful. I'm gonna lift this up. I don't know if you can see my lathe. Well, let me turn on some lights. Lighting helps, doesn't it? Can we see it? I'm gonna screw things up here. So that's my crazy lathe I built. What else are we doing here? Should have some shots of me walking down here, I guess, huh? What do you think? Oh, goodness. How long is this stupid video? Let's see. I'm doing it at, oh my god, 21 minutes. That's going to be a long, boring, stupid video, boys and girls. But anyway, Have fun and don't take any wooden nickels.